Run the code online or download from codegive.com, link in the description below. Title: Getting Started with Web Development Using Python. Introduction. Python is a versatile programming language that can be used for various purposes, including web development. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to get started with web development using Python. We'll cover the basics of web development frameworks, setting up a development environment, creating a simple web application, and deploying it. Choosing a web framework. Python offers several web frameworks that make web development easier and more efficient. Some popular choices include: setting up your development environment. Before we start coding, let's set up our development environment. Install Python. If you haven't already, download and install Python from the official website, https://www.python.org. Install Flask. You can install Flask using pip, Python's package manager, by running the following command in your terminal or command prompt. C text editor or IDE. Choose a text editor or integrated development environment, IDE, for writing your code. Popular choices include Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, and PyCharm. Creating a simple web application. Now, let's create a simple web application using Flask. We'll create a basic Hello World application. Create a new Python file named app.py and open it in your text editor or IDE. Add the following code to app.py. C. Save the file. Running your application. To run your Flask application, execute the following command in your terminal or command prompt. This will start a development server, and you should see output indicating that the server is running. Accessing your application. Open a web browser and navigate to http://localhost 5000/. You should see the message Hello World displayed in the browser. Congratulations! You've created your first web application using Python and Flask. Deploying your application. To make your web application accessible to others, you'll need to deploy it to a web server. Popular options for deploying Flask applications include Heroku, Python Anywhere, and AWS Elastic Beanstalk. Each platform has its own deployment process, so refer to their documentation for detailed instructions. Conclusion. In this tutorial, we've covered the basics of web development using Python with Flask. We've learned how to set up a development environment, create a simple web application, run it locally, and deploy it to a web server. With this foundation, you can continue to explore more advanced features of Flask and build more complex web applications. Happy coding! ChatGPT.